Hi, I'm Trevor Olson, and this is a quick overview of my board game Alcatraz Escape the City. It's a one versus all hidden movement game for 2 to 4 players that plays in about 45 to 60 minutes. If you're unfamiliar with the Alcatraz Escape, on June 12, 1962, 3 inmates, John Anglin, Clarence Anglin, and Frank Morris, were discovered missing from their prison cells. Many believe they drowned in the chilly waters of the San Francisco Bay, but many do not. In this game, the convict player will paddle a makeshift raft to the shores of San Francisco and move around the board to acquire the items they need to escape the city for good. A police team of 3 will attempt to hunt them down and return the convicts to their cells on Alcatraz. The convict player will play as the one versus the all of the 3 members of the police team. The convict player essentially has 3 lives, one for each convict, John, Clarence, and Frank. Every time there's a capture, one convict is returned to Alcatraz and the other 2 narrowly escape, continuing on with their hunt for remaining items. The police team can be played by 1, 2, or 3 players, but 3 police meeples are always in play in the game. They are the beat cop, the K-9 unit, and the FBI special agent in charge, or as I like to call him, the FBI SAC. To escape the city, the convict player will have to find clothes, steal a car, rob a bank, and secure fake passports in that order. If the convict player can locate all 4 items before the police team can capture 3 times, the convict player wins. The game board is divided into 5 districts and 21 sectors, with 3 number spaces within each sector for a total of 63 numbered spaces on the board. In this game, the convict player moves by placing cards on a tracker. Each card comes from the movement deck of 63 cards. Each card in the deck corresponds to 1 numbered space on the board. So to move, the convict player places a card in the 1 space of the tracker. This is played face down in secret. The card in position 1 of the tracker is always the convict player's current position. When it's the convict player's turn to move again, they slide all the cards and tokens on the tracker down 1 space and then place a new card on the first space of the tracker. Once a card moves to the reveal space, that card is flipped face up. A color token is then placed on the matching numbered spot on the board, marking that this space cannot be revisited. Movement for the convict player is always from numbered space to numbered space between adjacent sectors orthogonally and diagonally. So if the convict player is at number 43, for example, they could move to any one of the numbered spaces in these 9 sectors. Movement for the police is always adjacent sector to adjacent sector. They search numbered spaces within sectors, but never actually occupy numbered spaces, only sectors. The basic play is the convicts move, the police ask an anonymous tips question by placing a token, the convict answers by placing a token and must answer truthfully, then all police meeples move, and then all police meeples search. 1 anonymous tips question is asked per turn. Police can ask about 1 of the 4 item spaces, 1 of the 3 color options for districts, if the convict is north of the purple line, or if they are in the same sector right now as 1 of the 3 police meeples. The police player places the token they want to ask on the board, and the convict player answers with a yes or no token. Then the police move and search. They search by calling out 1 of the 3 numbered spaces in the sector that they move to. If any of the face-down cards on the tracker match the numbers called out, they must be flipped face up. If the reveal card had been at position 1 of the tracker, this would have been a capture. If it is at any other position, like the second space in this case, this is evidence found, and is useful to deduce where the convict might be. With 4 spaces on the tracker, police are only ever 3 steps away from knowing the location of the convicts. That's really the main mechanics of the game. The hook of the game is the cat and mouse tension that builds as you try to outwit your friends. Will the next move be a capture or a narrow escape? To add some variety and strategy to each game, there are also helicopters, barbershops, special powers, prank calls, blockades, cable cars, and disguises. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy playing Alcatraz Escape the City.